Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Lena. I am back with a topic that is prominent in almost every single person that learns a language today, and that is the fact that you can understand the language, you can comprehend it, understand it fluently, but struggle with speaking it or just cannot speak at all. The fact that you can't just get the words out of your mouth when you can understand another person speaking it. You understand what they're on about, you understand some words that are complicated and it's not just like simple text. You can comprehend it very, very well and fully. I'm gonna touch on every single thing that goes into it and also how you can fix this and finally start speaking. The fact of learning a language takes time, and obviously there's steps of doing it, and reading comprehension and comprehension from another person speaking it is actually much easier than actually writing and speaking, which are two, I guess, types of learning skills. So essentially the fact that you can't speak from the very start, don't beat yourself up about it because it's completely normal. And it's something that a lot of people, and I might say most people, go through when they, start learning a language. So basically, in all of my previous videos, I kind of just always repeat the fact that you need to watch movies in your target language, as well as books and podcasts, and obviously ones that fit your level. But that just sort of helps with comprehension. And obviously comprehension is a very big part of language learning because you gotta understand what you are, learning. However, comprehension and speaking are two different branches in language learning, and speaking is obviously the target that we have. So let's get to the tips of the video, which is, I guess, the most interesting part of the video. So speaking is actually something that you practice in real time. It's not something that you can open a textbook and then just practice and practice. This is very different from grammar. So essentially what helped me was to get over my fears in speaking, because it's not that you might think that I'm not scared to speak. Who would be scared to speak, And yes, you might not think you feel that way, but you do, because even when you aren't going out of your way to sort of just say, that is also sort of like a subgroup of fear. Most of the time, why can't we speak? Why can't we just go and say it? Because we don't know how to structurize a sentence. That's an issue. We don't know how to put the words in the right, correct sort of order so that it makes a complete sentence that makes sense. And also most of the time it's just vocabulary. We don't know enough words. Just the words aren't there to say. There's nothing to say because there's no words. Even if you have a very, very limited vocabulary, you can still speak, and that seems impossible, but it is, because everything that you have to do is you have to just go out there and practice. And again, as I said, it's a real-time thing. You do it as you go. Just have this limited vocabulary that you're using that might not seem like a grandiose thing that you can actually use. However, when you actually go out of your way to open your mouth and go ahead, and even if there are tons of mistakes, which I'm sure is a big issue with people, is making mistakes. Oh my god, I'm gonna make a mistake and then it's gonna stick with me. It's not gonna stick with you, I promise. It's not gonna stick with you. You're not gonna be making that same mistake all over again. There's a tip that is sort of weird. This is a very, very huge part of the fact that I can speak with you right now, the fact that I can speak English right now, the fact that I can speak all of my languages is the reason that I actually practiced by myself or with other people, but it was usually by myself. I just went out and the stuff that I did, I dictated. And this is so weird, but I promise you, even if you look like a freaking weirdo, it is gonna help you so much in the future. It's actually the biggest thing that I ever did. So basically I would just be brushing my teeth, doing mundane things in my life, and I would just say, okay, I am brushing my teeth. And then I would just be I wonder what is brushing my teeth in Spanish. I would look it up, and then because I knew the rules of conjugation, I would know that, okay, I would be he's brushing his teeth, I am brushing my teeth, we are brushing our teeth, you are formally brushing your teeth. And then I would make a sentence these kids are brushing their teeth, these students are brushing their teeth, these I don't know, adults are brushing their teeth, and I would just repeat it. But obviously sometimes I wouldn't say it out loud, it'd just be in my mind. But I feel free to say it out loud because that's what helped me usually. And I would look around. This is a big thing. I would just look around myself and see like, what do I have here? Like what do I have? And I would just look at a like an object, like a pillow, and I would say, I wonder what a pillow is in Spanish, because I do not know that word. And so I would just look it up and say, okay, pillow. I would construct sentences with that. Just the simplest ones, not like I'm stuffing the pillow to sew it later. I'm sewing the pillow with intricate designs. Like, that is not a sentence that I would make. I would make like, I'm sleeping on a pillow, or I don't know, I am taking the pillow. That was just to practice the fact that I know the word pillow now. So like I would just look around and like, for example, like in this room, I'm sure there's objects that I do not know how to say in certain languages. And just the fact that I look at them and I think about them and then I translate them, it just goes in my mind. But obviously it doesn't just pop in my mind because I do not have those superpowers. But what I can do is I can just practice and practice and practice. So for example, like, I don't know how to say windowsill in French. I am gonna actually look that up right now because I have no idea what that is. Rebord de fenêtre. That is what a windowsill is in French. I do not know a new word now because I have to practice it. I have to, again, to speak to myself and just like, again, like just practice and practice and practice. The most A1 sentence I can think of is like, je vois le rebord de la fenêtre. There you go. I see a windowsill. Just doing that and practicing that and just like going and going and going and doing it again and doing it again. And then it sticks with me. Like, it just doesn't go like this. Obviously, nobody, I'm sure like only a selected few have that superpower. I actually went and I did everything, and I actually noticed how, yes, sometimes it does feel like, oh my god, I know a new word, but how do I know it? And then I look back at my life. I would just like explain what I was doing to myself. I don't know why. It's weird. It's freaking bonkers. But it's so unconventionally useful. That actually is one of the best things that I've ever done. I'm just trying to, I guess, like implement these things on you guys because I know that it worked for me. I know that it would work on a lot of people because it's such an easy thing to do. You don't have to open a textbook. You don't have to read. You don't have to, I don't know, like watch something, read something. You just have to speak. And it's like, it's super easy. And when you don't know a word, you can look it up, but then you have to structurize some sentences, I don't know, like just like I did just now, like je vois le rebord de la fenêtre. So easy. This is like a little intervention. I just realized I don't know what a windowsill is in Spanish either. So I'm gonna look it up now. Okay, so I just looked it up and it's alféizar de la ventana. For example, hay una flor en el alféizar de la ventana. I hope I said that correctly. But like, I don't know, like hay un alféizar de la ventana aquí en esta habitación. There you go, another sentence. There's a windowsill in this room. So like, just practicing and practicing and practicing and just making it like a daily sort of thing, or maybe like if it is not a daily thing, just like trying to say it as much as you can until it like sticks. And I like to do this. I just like, if I learn a word in the morning, I'll just go back to it in the evening and just be like, there was a word I learned, what was it? And I would just be like, okay, una alféizar de la ventana. There you go. And if this was useful to you, you might take that also. Like, apparently a windowsill in French is this, and a windowsill in Spanish is that. So if you're learning French or Spanish, I just gave you a new word. So I have talked about this point before. Basically, you have to be a parrot, and parrot, I'm using parrot as a verb now. Parrot, or I guess repeat back what a native is saying. And if you don't have a native on hand, which it sounds like an object, but like if you don't have a native that you can speak with, you can just go ahead and like repeat back movies. I would just stop it and like rewind it and just see how they're saying it. Most of the time, obviously, as I said before, you have to like really make yourself speak and just like, again, like today, if you're learning a language right now, just go ahead, excuse the expression, but like whatever the hell you're doing, just go and dictate it. Like, I don't know, like go and say whatever you're doing. I'm taking medicine, I'm taking my medicine, say that in whatever language you're learning. And like I'm going to watch the TV. Say that. Like, you can enjoy your life. You can go and chill and, I don't know, like watch some movie, watch a show, read a book, like play a video game. But like what goes into it, like you're enjoying that moment of like doing whatever you're doing. But at the same time, don't neglect language learning, because it shouldn't be like one step forward, 3 steps back. If you actually like have one day of good practice and then you just neglect it the next day and then neglect it the next day and the next day and the next day and just go, it just disappears. That is not a correct way to learn the language, because you'll take a long time. And one little tip, if you want to hear your mistakes or hear your speech back, is to record yourself saying a text, or I don't know, just like speaking your mind, your routine. Like that's like a very easy thing to like, they give usually like A1 students to write or to say, like my routine, or in the morning, or my routine at night, or just my like daily stuff, what's for breakfast, like just easy stuff. And you gotta say it, whatever comes to your mind, or just like random things that you think of, whatever your, you know, vocabulary is enough for. And then you record yourself speaking, and then just hear it back to maybe correct your mistakes. If you do want to correct yourself in the first go, it's not what I would recommend to do all the time, because that'll take like a lot of time, and it's just like, it's better to go with the flow. But if you do want to, then that's a little, I guess, thing you can do as well. So, and as I always say, learning language is a big process. I feel like, you know, how many languages a person speaks, that's how many people, I guess, he embraces. And it's not just like a double personality disorder. It's not just like people, I guess, but like more like sides of you. So you're embracing a new persona, you're embracing a new person. That's how it feels. So I just want to say that it's a whole process, and I really hope that you will not neglect your studies, because studying every day, not even studying, I would say practicing every day, is so important. And if you even like put 10 minutes into it, it's gonna make a difference, I promise. So I'm really hoping, to anybody who is watching who is learning language right now, good luck in speaking, because, well, I hope for the best for everybody, especially when it comes to languages. So I'm really hoping that you will fluently speak your language, and if you do have anything to add, you can obviously talk about it in the comments. It's a free space. And don't forget to like the video, because, you know, if you liked it, you can like it. Don't forget to subscribe also, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!